Hello and welcome to Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends. I am Colred. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, I am going to cover the two big announcements Plarium has made in the last 24 hours. There are some changes coming to Raid and a new feature is going to be added starting tomorrow, November 10th. So I'm going to cover all of the information that we have. I'm also going to give you a little bit of some background history that might inform exactly what to expect with these new changes. I think these changes are going to impact everybody, whether you're a free-to-play player or a spender. So I think this is information you're going to want to know. Hope you're ready for it. Let's get started. Okay, here I am on Raid Shadow Legends official Twitter account. As you can see, we have a new champion video here. It reads, as Seraph's shadow grows ever darker and turmoil grips Teleria, the land cries out for a hero. It is a plight that will not go unheard. A renowned warrior of legendary skill and will raise her sword once more in the name of justice. That sentence doesn't scan, but okay. So we have a legendary, renowned warrior who is coming back from somewhere. Let's go ahead and watch the video. Well, that's a giveaway. All right, so there she is. That is the new hero. And if you aren't familiar with this character, then you probably didn't grow up in the 90s. This is Xena, Warrior Princess. You can tell by the theme music, it's her actual theme music from her TV show. That's her chakram, which is her, weapon. She's also wearing the armor and has the hair. Everything about this tells us it is Xena, Warrior Princess. So here she is in the real world. This is the actress Lucy Lawless from the show Xena, Warrior Princess. I'm pretty sure this was a spin-off from the show Hercules starring Kevin Sorbo, and it ran for several years. It's what stood in for good fantasy fare back in the 90s when there weren't really that many options. It has a bit of a cult following. I wouldn't say it was a fantastic show, but it was certainly entertaining, and it had its place in the sort of pop culture of the time. Okay, so here is the announcement of the new Champion Pass. I will put the link to this page in the description of the video, so you can come here and read it yourself if you'd like. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want to point out a couple of aspects in the announcement. The first is it says the Champion Pass is a new event that will work exactly like the Forge Pass events you are already familiar with. It will begin on November 10th and last until February 4th of 2024. So first of all, it sounds like a Forge Pass event, but it's not. It can't be. Forge Pass events run for 4 weeks. This event is running for 12 weeks from November 10th of this year to February 4th of next year. So this is 3 times the duration of a Forge Pass. I assume it's going to be relatively similar to a Forge Pass setup, and in fact, the model was established with the Battle Pass, and we're going to talk about the Battle Pass a little bit once we finish up with this announcement. Now, the next part states, as you progress through the levels, you unlock new rewards. Keep in mind that you'll require an Elite Pass to recruit the featured champion at the end of Champion Pass, and get greater rewards in the process as well. While those with the basic pass will receive a Sacred Shard instead. So just like a Forge Pass and all of the passes that we've seen, there will be 2 tiers. There will be the free tier and there will be the paid tier. Now, the big thing about this is to recruit the featured champion at the end of the Champion Pass. I'm assuming that that is going to be the Xena Warrior Princess champion. Now, we don't know for sure. It's possible that Xena may be the new login reward champion instead. But the timing suggests that, in fact, Xena is going to be tied to this event. So players who are going to want Xena are probably going to want to pay for the Elite Pass level of this new Champion Pass. However, there is some additional information here that we'll have to wait until tomorrow to really find out about. But it may change the way that we approach this event. It says for this integration, at least, there's another way. When the Champion Pass is live, we'll launch weekly summon boost events for the first 2 months. The featured champion will be available in the summon pool during these boost events, so everyone will have a chance to recruit them. Now, I'm assuming a boost event is a 10 times event, but it's also possible it could be a Prism Shard event because it does mention the summon pool. So we're not exactly sure, but we know that multiple times during the duration of the first 2 months of this pass, you're going to be able to go after this champion, probably with just regular shards of some kind. Now, this is fairly interesting because the cutoff date for getting the Elite Pass looks like it's January 5th. So you could potentially go after this champion through shard pulls for 2 months. And then if you don't get that champion, you can then potentially buy the Elite Pass. So you may be able to delay the decision on buying the Elite Pass until after the first 2 months. It says if you want to know more about the mechanics, be sure to check out the in-game Champion Pass guide when it goes live. That should be tomorrow, November 10th. Now, this is all very reminiscent of the first ever Battle Pass. Battle Pass was something that happened in 2020. It was the model for the Forge Passes that are currently in the game. I'm going to give you a quick explanation of the Battle Pass if you weren't around when this was in the game. So it has a similar setup to the current Forge Passes. There are rewards. You have daily challenges, weekly challenges. You complete those challenges. There are 2 tiers of rewards, the free path on the top and the paid path on the bottom. And then at the end of the Battle Pass, Whirlim Frost King was the legendary champion available, but only if you paid for the pass. Now, I was actually in the game when this launched, and it was the reason why I quit playing Raid initially. I didn't really understand how much value there was in this pass, but I felt like as a free-to-play player, this was a pay-to-win mechanic that I didn't really like at the time. After coming back to the game and playing for another couple of years, I actually think that this was a pretty phenomenal offer from Plarium, and a lot of players who were around back in the day who spent money feel like this was the best value that Plarium has ever offered at any time. And I'm going to show you why that's true. Now, first of all, before we go there, just look and you can see that this was 7 weeks, 6 days. So this was an 8-week event. And remember, the new Champion Pass is going to be a 12-week event. So when we're talking about the value that this pass, this Battle Pass gave spenders, we have to balance it with the idea that maybe this new event, this new Champion Pass may be even bigger. It may not offer more value in terms of the money. We'll have to see. We don't know where the price point is going to be. We're going to have to see that. But if I remember correctly, I think that this was $24.99 for the Elite Pass here during the Battle Pass Season 1. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at what the Battle Pass offered. So I am here on Raid Codex, and there's a page here that just recorded all of the characteristics, I guess, all of the stuff that was going on with the original Battle Pass here in Season 1. You can see the dates. It was from February 12th to April 7th in 2020. Now, let me get myself out of the way so you can see the rewards. Okay, so as you can see, there was a list of fairly substantial rewards. And remember, this was all for $24.99. So gems, energy refills, silver, brews, keys, all of that stuff. But you actually also got a void shard. You got some ancient shards, a legendary skill tome, an epic skill tome. You got a rare champion, which was Grave Chill Killer. You also got an epic champion, which is Ursine Ironhide. So there were 2 decent champions that were free from the free reward track. In addition, you got a 5-star chicken, 2 4-star chickens. You got some glyphs, superior potions, greater potions. And then you got to the area where you got sets. So first off, you have a full 5-star epic set of offense gear, life gear, and then speed gear. After that, there was a 6-star epic set of life, speed, and offense. And then finally, you had a 6-star legendary set of offense, life, and speed. So you got 3 speed sets, 1 5-star epic set, 1 6-star epic set, and 1 6-star legendary set. In addition, there were 2 new avatars, and then you got 5 days of double XP. So a ton of rewards for the free path. And then in addition, if you went and got the paid path, which again, $25, you got additional shards, ancient shards, void shards, legendary skill tomes, 2 of them, 2 epic skill tomes, another rare champion, Frozen Banshee. Remember, in 2020, Frozen Banshee was by far the best clan boss damage dealer in the rarity. She probably still is. So this was an amazing free champion. It wasn't a free champion. It was a past champion, but a free reward champion. You got 2 epic champions, Stagnite and Ursine Ice Crusher. Stagnite is obviously still a very good epic today. And then you got that legendary champion, Whirlim Frost King. Plus you got a whole bunch of extra chickens. And then you got additional armor sets. Divine Offense, Divine Life, Divine Speed in the same stars and rarities as before. There were 4 additional avatars here, plus more XP bonus, silver bonus, and all of that. As you can see here, these are all of the champions you could get from the pass if you bought it. Remember, some of these were free and the others were in the paid track. Now, I find it personally unlikely that we're going to get something as good as this battle pass, but maybe in the 12-week event, we might get the equivalent rewards that we got here during this 8-week battle pass. It's also possible that the price point may be a little bit higher. I would expect it to be a little bit higher because it's a 12-week event. So it might not be $24.99. Maybe it still will be. That would be excellent value for spenders out there. But it's also possible that it might be $29.99 or $40 or $50. We don't really know what the Elite Pass is going to cost. But let's go ahead and talk about that back in game for a moment. Okay, so there was one additional change that has popped up in the last couple of days, and you may have noticed it, and it is this right here. This little icon that says passes. Now, before this, it said, I think, season pass or season or something like that, because when you click on this, it takes you into the current season of the Forge Pass. But now it says passes, which makes me think there are going to be multiple passes available from this icon. So we're going to be able to navigate from here. Now, there are already additional passes, and I don't know what's going to happen with those. So you can see this is not my main account. This is actually one of my alt accounts. It's a level 80 alt account I haven't played for several months. But there is something called the Revival Path. Now, this is another path. This is another season or pass, whatever you want to call it. And here, this is an enticement to players who have left the game to come back. That's basically what Plarium's trying to do. It's trying to entice you to come back. And as you can see, it looks a lot like a Forge Pass. You have a top track, which is free. You have a bottom track, which has to be paid for, and they call that the Elite Pass. That's the same thing that they're talking about with this new Champion Pass event. There's going to be an Elite Pass. Now, in this particular path, the Revival Path, there are quests here that you can do to get your gold coins, and that's going to unlock those rewards for you. But you can also get these from, get the pop-up out of there. You can get these from your daily quests as well. So you get these Revival Path points, and that helps you progress on the Revival Path. But the thing that you'll notice is that you do have this option of a legendary champion here at the end. So the level 60, call it stage 60 reward, is going to be a Sacred Shard if you're just a free player, or it's going to be a Sacred Shard plus one of these 3 Sylvan Watchers legendaries, and it gives you a choice. So this sounds like the reward track that they expect to include in the Champion Pass. If you're free, you're going to get a Sacred Shard at the very end. And if you're a Elite Pass holder, you're going to get access to a champion. Now, this may be the Xena champion here, but again, there's still a small chance maybe she'll be the login reward champion instead. And we will get to choose one of maybe 3 champions from the game at the end of this path. It's also possible. It is possible, based on the interview that Cirilla had with Ash about 2 months ago now, or a month and a half ago, that this could be an event that lands us on a mythic. Maybe even Xena could be a mythic. We don't know. We absolutely do not know. I suspect that Xena is just another legendary, and she will be on the pass and not the login reward champion. I think that's the most likely. But we do have some other potential possibilities here. And I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with a 12-week path event that seems to be based around some kind of mixture of the Battle Pass from back in 2020, the current Forge Passes, and this Revival Path event. Now, just one last thing here. If you click on Elite Pass, you can actually see the price of this. This is only $19.99 for me. I don't know if this price changes based on the level of your account or anything like that. But as a $20 deal, this is a very good deal. And I would say probably maybe not quite as good as the Battle Pass in terms of value, which was only $24.99, but offered more. But this could be the second best value in all of Raid. So if you are coming back to Raid, or if you have been, you have an account that has gone inactive for a while, you could come back to this offer. Now, I don't know how long it takes before this offer kicks in. I think it's probably only something like 30 or 60 days. I don't think it's longer than 60 days because I haven't been inactive that long on this account. Okay, so we will have to see if they remove the Revival Path from up here and put it into the pass down here. But obviously, if it's passes, we know that the new event launches on the 10th, which is tomorrow. And so that will be live while the Forge Pass season is also live. And I don't think these Forge Passes are going anywhere. I think these are going to be regular events that just happen on a consistent basis, because these are the way we get access to these particular legendary sets, or these special armor sets, artifact sets. So I think this passes button will in fact take us to a page where we can choose either the champion pass or the forge pass to navigate through, and potentially even the revival path may be moved down here as well. Now, regardless of the eventual format that they land on, whatever happens tomorrow, we will have to wait and see. But I do think that this is an opportunity for free-to-play players to get more resources, for spenders to potentially get a high value place to spend a little bit of money. And that's always nice, because it feels like Plarium's been moving in the opposite direction. So this feels like it may be a little bit of a correction from Plarium, but we'll have to see what the price of that Elite Pass is before we know for sure. One thing I do want to remind everybody is that these Forge Passes and Champion Passes will be going on simultaneously. The good news is, if they follow the same format, chances are you're going to be doing the activities in-game every day that you need to in order to successfully complete the objectives and get the rewards. But it will be another thing you have to track to make sure that you don't miss out on your daily requirements and that you get all of your rewards. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Will this event be more like a revival path? Will they move the revival path into the passes icon and have everything navigated from the same place? Are we going to have a choice of champions, or is it going to just be Xena? Or is Xena going to be the login reward champion and we should expect somebody else? And do you think there's a chance that she's a mythic instead of a legendary? Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear about it. It's fun to speculate about this kind of stuff before it launches. Obviously, we're all going to know more tomorrow. But in the meantime, let's make our best guesses. All right, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and consider joining our Discord community. I've been Colred, and I will see you in another video soon.